do the work on the little things, on the day-to-day things. It's your knee-jerk reactions to things. That's where you want to do the work. Those things that just irritate you. Those things that irritate you. So something irritates you, and with good reason. You're not making it up, but you're irritated and your inner being isn't. You're irritated and your inner being isn't. That's something to think about. So as you're irritated, you're activating something that's going to attract more and more and more and more. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So when we teach selfishness, when we say self-interest is a real thing, we mean the self that is you and this personality that is thinking and walking around with a bag of marbles that is really attractive. Your self-interest, you want to merge this self-interest with the self-interest that you and your inner being has established. And if you don't take the time to merge those two bags of marbles, yours and what you're thinking right now and your inner being's who's got everything that you want in mind, then you are the one that's depriving yourself of your fortunes, not the other people that you're giving stuff to. Did you sort of hear that? This pie, whether it's abundance of money or abundance of health or abundance of clarity, let's just say money for now. This pie is not a finite pie that's just so big and you're slicing it up, and if you get too big of a piece, somebody else won't. Or if you give somebody else too big of a piece, you won't get enough. That's pumpkin pie, but that's not what these desire pies are about. They grow exponentially to satisfy the desires of everyone. Every time anybody asks for anything, even if they're not saying the positive words, even if they're asking for this by saying, I can't stand this, they're still proportionally asking for this. Can you imagine what this vortex must look like with all of humanity that is right now asking for things? And if you can accept that source energy is unequivocally, with no resistance, focused upon those requests, and then you can accept that your work is to focus on what's there, not try to defend or justify getting it by being discouraged about what hasn't happened yet, it will start showing up for you, and you'll be able to start connecting those dots. Self-interest. Everyone wants to feel good. There isn't anything that anybody wants, whether it's a material object or a pile of money or a relationship or work that's satisfying or world peace. There isn't anything that anybody wants that is for any reason other than they believe they would feel good in the having of it. And we want to say, you'll feel good in the moving in the direction of it. And if you can consistently do that, it will come and it will come and the ideas will grow. And there will be plenty of people watching you who don't get this yet, who will be screaming at you about your unfair receiving of abundance while they are depriving themselves of their own. But you can't teach from a place of not knowing. Once you learn what that calibration is and how it feels, and here's the big thing. This is the big thing. When you calibrate for the feeling of it, just going to take a minute because you're right here ready to hear this. You can't make money materialize right now. You heard how long it took Esther to find that rug. An hour. Took an hour. So it depends on where you are vibrationally in relationship to anything. So we're not asking you to ask of yourself that you go directly to the manifested version of everything in the vortex. But we are asking you to go to the manifestation of being soothed, to go to the manifestation of feeling a little better, to go for the feeling, because the feelings, the reason you're doing it anyway. You want the money because you think you'll feel better. You want the well-being because you think you'll feel better, and you will. So if you can hear us and you can let your ulterior motive be, I want to line up with it so that I can be one. That's self-interest, friends. That's self-interest. Myself in alignment with my inner being self, that's the epitome of self-interest. And when you are in that kind of self-interest, The things that are in your vortex will rain down all around you in ways that you couldn't even conceive of. And you know why? Because when you've been putting the ingredients of the cake there, they've been mixing together and making all kinds of good things to eat. You just can't even fathom. You're not going to know most of it till you see it. But what you do know is this thought feels better. Feels better to hope than to doubt. And it feels better to trust. So we're just giving you the laws of the universe as they are.